So I will try to do it briefly. What the sense that I got in APAC, in the meetings in Washington, with some people from the administration, some outside, and then I spent the weekend with some top Europeans leader. And all of us under the impression of what happened between President Trump and President Zelensky last Friday at the White House. Okay. From a strategic point of view, we're in turbulence. The turbulence is the aftershock of October 7. I'm putting the Israeli side in October 7 for a minute. This is not the case. I'm speaking right now about the global picture and Europe and the United States. My hunch that it was a ambush of J.D. Vance regarding this issue, but it's not relevant whether it was, developed during the meeting, that nobody control it, or it was an ambushed plan. What Europe faced is that the Americans are leading a line right now, guys, relax. We want to settle and to finish this issue. They like it, they don't like it. Now, here's the thing. Europe will have to decide whether they are swallowing, in a way, this pillow, and they're eventually coming to the point that they're working with the Americans, and I will say not PC, sacrifice to Ukraine, and mainly Zelensky himself, or whether they're going to give a fight to the Americans. There are so many Europeans over here that know probably Europe better than me, and I'm not going to teach or preach what the Europeans should do, but this is the dilemma that the Europeans have. So we saw the summit yesterday, probably there will be statesmen and things like that. Based on the impression that I got from some serious European during the weekend, I saw the coordination regarding the statesmen before the statesmen and before everything. They said, listen, we're going to have a statesman, we're going to back up Zelensky and things like that, but we are looking for a bridge, how to bridge with the Americans. Without the Americans, we can't do nothing. You ask me, the Americans understand it. Meaning that most of the leverage the Americans have, mainly money. Now, the issue where we are going over here, whether Zelensky will come to the point, and I don't know how many follow Sky News in the last 24 hours, but the question that Zelensky is getting is when you're going to resign and when you are going to elections, meaning the same line that used to be in the White House, and it's coming from the Brits right now. Leave the politician aside for a minute. I see behind the scene that there is a lot of stories behind Zelensky behavior, and over here it's gossiping, rumors, fake news, all these issues. They are building a file on Zelensky. They're going personally on him. We like it, we don't like it. I'm not in emotion business over here, but I can see the trend. I saw it in the Middle East. That's what I see right now in Europe. Forget about what the Russians feel like that and all the mocking regarding Zelensky. The European will have to phase out. Now, we're waking up this morning, Monday morning, 1 week after the election in Germany, with another hate crime, terrorist attacks. We see where the right movement in Europe are going. J.D. Vance is speaking exactly in Munich Security Conference regarding this issue. So Europe has a problem. They're in a junction right now. They're going to show, let's say that the European will give a fight. For the sake of the conversation, to build a force right now, you don't do it in 2%, you don't do it in 1.8, 1.5%. I think that Latvia, I think they have 2.3, or Czechoslovakia or something like that. Meaning I spoke with Tomáš. He told me that the national security advisor of Czech, he told me, Zohar, we are in 2.4. To build a force, to be independent without the Americans, you need at least between 5 to 7% investment. It's not on the card in Europe right now. To do it, you needed something like between a decade to 15 years in order to build the force. We don't have the time. Meaning if you combine the components, they still badly need the Americans. Coming back to ELNET, David and I used to have a conversation. I think that our strategic planning, and I was part of it like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, will have to be very modest and to judge it all the time. Things that we saw like 3 weeks ago are not relevant so badly right now like it is. We have to look all the time, first of all, to crystallize the development and to adjust. Secondly, we have to think, and over here, I think that the European representatives that we have are much more important than everybody to crystallize where we want to position ourselves as ELNET. As a bridge between America and Europe, okay, Europe should be the first word and United States should be the second one. Why? With America, we have so many organizations, from APAC to AGC to JC, whatever. We're the only one that actually is working in Europe. What we want to gain over here, between the relationship of Europe, America, and of course, Israel is above everything over here. We have to be so, let's say, responsible and careful not to come to the point that we're possessing ourselves one issue pro-Democrats or the other one pro this administration. We have to be, in a way, bipartisan, exactly like Israel should be. Sadly, Israel is not there right now because of our government. But basically, we have to see how we're speaking about common interest of the Europeans with the Americans and with the Israelis regarding these issues. Some issues that we used to deal with them are not irrelevant anymore. UNRWA is not relevant anymore. It's a non-issue. US aid is a non-issue. It's done. This administration took decisions. It's over. And we have to see in the near future, first of all, this issue with the Europeans. The second issue, it's the deal that Trump won badly with Ukraine to take the resources of the Ukraine. And it's only the beginning. The biggest conversation right now in America is about the metals, meaning who is going to control, whether China or America, because they need energy, they need the metals in order to have storages for the AI. The most important issue is the storages, the huge one for the AI. This is the big power competition behind the scene right now between the Chinese, the Russian, and the Americans. My sense is, by the way, not established, not solid, and I have a lot of question mark, that what Trump is trying to do right now is to be on the same side with the Russian against the Chinese. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm naive, maybe I'm pre-reading the picture, but this is the big issue, money and who is controlling the energy and the metals in order to control the AI, because the AI is going, this is the new revolution in the world that will take us to a different dimension. From here, we have to come to our strategic goals and to see how we are crystallizing all the time this issue. That's the only thing that I wanted to say for today. And forgive me, I have a lot of question mark regarding the issue because it's really not so clear where we are going right now.